Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
Hi everyone, and welcome to Film Artsy, your number one source for all things films and movies. My name is Elijah, and lately on this channel, we've been taking a look at the best scenes from some of our favorite heroes from the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And today, we're looking at a character that's kind of been more of a background player until more recently, where we've recently got an announcement that, yeah, Black Widow is finally getting a movie. And with that announcement that came out a couple of months ago, we wanted to look back and appreciate some of the scenes from Black Widow over the years. So today, we're looking at the very best scenes from Black Widow in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Let's go ahead and get into it. First up, we're looking at the main fight scene from Iron Man 2. This scene was really cool because for the most part, we'd never really seen Black Widow have any type of fighting in any movie, and Black Widow was kind of one of the characters also introduced in Iron Man 2 besides War Machine. And in the same way that Thor introduced Hawkeye, Iron Man 2 kind of paved the way for Black Widow to become a character and showcase how awesome the fighting can be in these types of movies with hand-to-hand combat, and it was really cool to see overall. Next we have Black Widow's opening scene from Avengers.
Let me put you on hold. This scene was also really cool because it reintroduced Black Widow to a newer audience who might not have seen Iron Man 2, as Avengers kind of introduced a lot of people to the MCU overall. It was the best performing movie in the box office at its time. And for the Avengers to really be a team, they needed to have more players, so some of the background players had to step up into a more focused role. And in this case, it worked out really well. They did something really amazing in just a very short scene, and that was really cool to see. Next we have Black Widow fighting the Winter Soldier from Captain America: The Winter Soldier. This scene is really cool, not only because it's one of the first times we see Black Widow kind of meet her match, but it's also really cool just because it shows that this character is now a solidified and important character in the MCU, and this fight really kind of raises the stakes of the entire movie. And it was also really cool to see Black Widow in another movie that wasn't Iron Man and it wasn't Avengers, and kind of shows that this character is a universal character that kind of has unique relationships with everyone who is a major player in the MCU. Next up, the opening fight scene from Captain America: Civil War.
Drop it. or I'll drop this. Drop it!
He'll do it!
Oddly enough, it seems that the more and more the MCU evolves, so do some of the fight scenes in these movies. And this fight scene really shows how much the hand-to-hand combat side of these films have really evolved over time. And this is just one of the coolest scenes that Black Widow has in this movie, let alone the entire MCU almost, just because of how choreographed it is and how great it looks on film. Next up, Black Widow fighting the Winter Soldier again in Captain America: Civil War. This one's a little bit quicker, but it's still a really fun scene. It kind of shows this little team-up device, and it's nice to know that they kind of got a little rematch, and they both kind of got a few good licks in on each other. But overall, it was just kind of a cool scene, part of a bigger, ongoing, and evolving story. And it was nice to see this Captain America movie have a ton of action, even before the big, airport scene that everyone knows and loves. Next we have the quick scene where Black Widow betrays her team.
Look, I really don't want to hurt you.
I wouldn't stress about it. Go.
While this scene is really quick, it definitely plays a bigger role into what was going on in the MCU at a time, and something that not a lot of people talk about. But if you look back, Black Widow was a character aligned with Iron Man, as that was the first movie that she was in Iron Man 2, and also played a prominent role in Captain America: The Winter Soldier. So this character really should be torn between working with both of these characters and aligning with both of these characters because of those roots. And it was nice to see a shift. She started off aligned with Iron Man, just like she started off in Iron Man 2, and later showed her alliance and allegiance to Captain America, kind of like how later on she was featured in the film. Just kind of a cool overtone and message that was here, and we really appreciate that attention to detail. Next we have the fight scene in Avengers: Infinity War.
That's really gross.
Infinity War was just such a great movie, and a lot of characters really didn't get a chance to shine, or they would only get their moment for one or two scenes, and this was one of those scenes for Black Widow, and it was just really cool and awesome to see it.
Hey, big guy. Sun's getting real low.
Next up, we have Black Widow and the Hulk from Avengers: Age of Ultron. After the end of Avengers, and we had all of those in-between movies before Age of Ultron, some of the characters really didn't have a lot of places to go, or was very ambiguous as to what they were going to do to develop some characters after the events. And two of these characters were Black Widow and Bruce Banner. And they kind of just paired these characters together, and it really worked well. It told such a new story and kind of set the stage for a long time, where it's an element that they can continue to go back to and explore some more, and we're excited to see where this leads to. But it was really nice to see how these two characters can be a foil for each other and develop a larger story and plot in the MCU. And finally, when Team Captain America returns in Infinity War. This scene is just really cool because a lot of these characters we haven't seen in a long time, or we haven't really seen since Civil War, where we saw a lot of the other characters like Iron Man featured in Spider-Man, we saw what Thor was doing, we saw what Bruce Banner was doing, but as far as what was going on with these characters, it had been a couple years, and it was nice to see the reintroduction, and it was cool to see the Black Widow kind of step up and have a really cool fight scene. Alright, but those are our picks for the best Black Widow scenes. Let us know in the comment section down below. What scene was your favorite? Reread all of our comments. If you're new, be sure to subscribe and turn notifications on. Give this video a big like, and we'll see you all next time with a brand new video.
Talking?
I'm about to.
Hi, everybody.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Hi.
See you guys.